Hello, you guys. Today is February 4th. It is a Friday, fantastic Friday. I just want to start off by saying that I am here to spread this absolutely beautiful ray of sunshine your way and to wish a happy birthday to those people in my family who matter a lot to me. Today is my aunt, my mom, my god brother's birthday, my cousin's birthday. It's a it's a lot of them. I have a lot of family members who are celebrating birthdays today, so happy birthday to them. But also to any of the viewers out there or viewers' family members who may be celebrating a birthday as well today. Um, it's it's a cold day in Atlanta. I don't know where you guys are and what the temperature looks like for you folks, but it's definitely a cold day here. Hey, what's going on, Rush? What you been up to? I know I have been off of here, but I kind of wanted to survey the atmosphere a little bit of how you guys are feeling about the controversy around Whoopi Goldberg and her comments that she made about the Holocaust not being about race. I want to know how you guys feel about that piece. Um, I have several thoughts. I have been sitting with it, and I feel personally America is no longer a place to where you can say what you want to say and there is really freedom of speech because all right, so cancel culture is a huge thing, right? And I get it. I get it. If you say something that is massively offensive to a group of people or a particular person or something like that on the air and you're an on-air personality, I get it. I get it. Like there are some repercussions for that, and things should look a certain way, right? However, however, I feel like America is a country that was founded upon freedoms of expression. So if it's a free country and you can say what you want, you can feel how you want, then you should be able to do that without having to worry about the fallout of the potential of losing your job, as long as it's not something disrespectful. Like I can get if you cuss the customer out or something like that, but voicing your opinion about a very politicized matter, I don't think warrants for her to be suspended. And now it's not just suspension, but these people are calling on this woman to be fired, people. Okay. So I want y'all to think about this. That's her livelihood. That's her livelihood. And Rush, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I think that Whoopi Goldberg is a woman who is at this phase, the stage of her life, and it happens to us all, where she has finally realized that sometimes you're not going to agree with things. Sometimes you're going to feel strongly about things, and however you feel, it's okay to feel that way, and you should be able to express how you feel. Personally, I think that it's not what she said. I personally think it's 100% about that entitlement complex and the climate that we're currently in. I don't care how many black people, brown people, melanated people want to deny the fact that we are now in a country in America that is very sensitive to us, responds in a very sensitive way, and they're tiptoeing. They're in a we are now white people are tiptoeing around relationships with and dealings with black people now. The whole world is. White people, Italian people, and Hispanic people are melanated too. Asian people, everybody is. And I think that that's something that has been long due for a long time. Like, we've needed people to kind of sit with, I think, the current trauma that we had as a people ages ago, years ago. We're talking about over 400 years. So I just feel like I personally feel like Whoopi should have been able to express herself without having to be suspended after giving an apology for what she expressed or how it came out. And to be honest with you guys, I'm just going to be honest. I've only read it, like people sent me the story or whatever, so I've only read the comments. I didn't hear the comments, so I don't know the context in which she relayed the comment. So I'm only going off of the language used. Just the language used. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. Uh, Spanish people do have melanin, but not considered to be melanated people. The amount of melanin in a Hispanic person is, I'm just talking about the blood, like if you test the blood, the amount is about the same as your typical black, not about, it is the same as your typical black person, because at the end of the day, we're all kind of mixed up with a little something, something. Several Mexican people are descendants of slaves from America. So, but that's just, it is what it is. But I personally feel like she should not have been suspended after she gave an apology. She gave a formal apology. I feel like that should have been enough. Those are my those are my sentiments around it. I feel like the world is very sensitive to us, and I feel like the world is tiptoeing around who we are as a people right now. I feel like there's just so much. There's so much to be said about where we are right now as a nation of people, and I just feel like we're not evolving in a positive direction. I feel like sometimes we're in spaces where we're now appropriating segregation again. It's just a lot of stuff I just don't feel like makes a lot of sense right now. But yeah, so mm, want to know how you guys feel about that. Says culturally Latinos would be as upset to inform them that they are African descent. Well, it doesn't matter what they're upset about. The reality is, if they did their what is that thing that you guys can now do to test your origin? What is that? Genealogy.com or something? Somebody type it in, because I know y'all know. Don't know. Whoopi didn't say anything wrong except the truth. Right, Jaholo. And that's my thing. I only read the words. What she said is about, and I think that if people really understood the context of how that's supposed to sit and how that's supposed to marinate, I think that, I don't know, we'd expand our understanding, because racism in and of itself is about being inhumane to people in humanity. It really is. So when she said that the Holocaust was not about racism because there was no race back then, and there still is. There is no race there. There is no race. So if you are looking at if you're looking to call it culturalism, yeah, I could potentially stand behind you. But it's not race. It is discrimination of a person based off of things that people should not be discriminated around, right? Jewish is a religion, but also a culture. Jewish people have a culture shaped around their religion. Okay. So that's religious and cultural discrimination. Being Black in America and racism, because race, the classification systems is very different in America. It's about not just colorism, but it's about the subcultural component of race, because that's an American custom. So it just is what it is. Okay. It just is what it is. Said if that's true, then Whoopi would not get suspended. She got suspended because there are a tremendous amount of Jewish people that worked for the network, and they still do. And not only that, I really think she's gonna get fired or be forced to resign. And I'd love to know how you guys feel about that. I want to know. I want to know what you guys see happening as a result of this suspension. What does this suspension say about the value of an apology? What does it say about where people are right now? It's just, don't shoot the messenger, you guys. I'm a pragmatist. Y'all know that. Like, I can't uphold our people when our people are so left or so right. So just let me know what you guys feel. I hope that you guys having a fantabulous Friday and an amazing weekend. Now, I will be back this weekend to have a conversation about suicide, the numbers of suicide, cases of suicide rising, but I feel like I've already covered that prior to us entering into this avenue. Last year I talked about what was to come. I don't know if you guys remember that show, but I did a couple of them. But let me put this banner up just in case there's somebody out there that is currently in crisis or something like that, and they need to know how it is that they can get in touch with somebody from the National Crisis Line. There's also like a text option and stuff now. So I think that that's really cool. But, there we go. If you guys are currently experiencing a crisis, or someone who is going through being in a crisis, dial 800-715-8255. Alternatively, if you are in the state of Georgia or abroad and you happen to want to speak to somebody, I am on Eastern time with my business. But if you just basically have something you want to process or something, feel free to call me 678-468-0442. I can hold space for you most of the time for about a good 5 to 10 minutes. Pretty good at crisis alleviation. But so that's just kind of what I got to say about that. I would love to continue to hear your sentiments around the Whoopi Goldberg situation. I'll be back on here to talk about crisis and alleviating crisis situations and suicidal and homicidal ideation and what that looks like, how to identify and how to alleviate some of the basic presentation of that. This weekend, Saturday night. So if you guys are not out there club hopping, trying to get everybody else's COVID, feel free to kind of tune in and sit with me and learn some great ways, resources, and strategies for you to not only recognize what it looks like when someone is experiencing a mental health crisis, but also ways for you to be able to navigate and deal with it if it's yourself or another person dealing with it, or going through a particular crisis at the moment. He says people are just overly sensitive and race bait too much. That's why she was suspended. I totally agree with that. Listen, Whoopi changed her last name to Goldberg. She's having identity. I can't. I can't. I just what you're not gonna do is say that Miss Seeley is having an identity crisis. Of course she's not. But that is all that I have, you guys. I hope that you guys have an amazing, amazing day, rest of your day, and hopefully it's productive, right? If you are here for the first time, thank you so much for tuning in at Life Discussions with Dr. Jefferson. We have the conversations around topics, whether they are unpopular or not, unfavorable opinions or not, that affect the Black, brown, and melanated community in America and abroad. So I have been privileged to have you guys sit with me for this time. I will see you guys later. Bye.
Who alive can't put me in a box. I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I rip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a Scotch bunny. Don't try studying me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
I said it